Yes, indeed. Rock Circus is down here at the Rex Theater. We're hanging with the slamming Swedish sensation Soilwork, and this is your seventh?
That's our seventh one, yeah.
I was saying before, I noticed you guys, even though you're from Sweden, you have a very good American speaking tongue.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm from Sweden. Dirk is from Belgium. Yeah. So, I mean, we've been growing up basically with subtitles and no dubbing, so I guess, and we've done a lot of touring here as well, so that's probably why.
How long you been on this tour for behind Soaring to the Great Divide?
It came out was October 2007, right? 7, right? Yeah, it's going really quick. So we've been on tour pretty much since then.
In the States or worldwide?
Worldwide. We did some crazy shows. We did Malaysia, Russia, stuff like that too. And we've been doing Europe. We've been doing Japan, Australia, Taiwan, all over the place.
Where's your largest following now? Is it United States or is it Sweden or?
It's hard to say. I believe it's still North America. I don't know.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, sales numbers wise, it's probably it's the biggest market. So.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, cool. But we do have a lot of dedicated fans in other places.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, I figured you'd be like a worldwide sensation, phenomenon, if you will. Now let's get in a little bit. I know it's been a little bit since you released this, and you have a guitarist return to the group as well. That was one of the original founding members, Peter Witcher. What went into making some of the songs on here? Some of the tracks, did you approach it any differently than any of your previous studio recordings, or did you just run with the formula that works well for you?
Well, I mean, of course, that was a big challenge for us because Peter is not on that CD, and he returned after he was recorded, and it was a challenge. I think we did good. It's a great album. Got some really good tunes on there. But as I said before, it was kind of weird not having Peter around, which is one of the main songwriters, as has been ever since the beginning. So it was a challenge, and I think we did good. And
yeah, everybody stepped to the plate pretty much. So.
Yeah. So
you had your producer step in and play guitar on this. Ola Frenning, I believe his name was.
Well, actually, he didn't really quite produce the actual album. That was. To tell you the truth, we had a little issues with him, and he's no longer in the band. So,
sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, that was our decision for him, to go, and
yeah, it's usually a group decision.
But basically, we recorded the album in our hometown together with Dark guys. They were pretty much producing the album together with the band. I'd say. Yeah.
Right. Cool.
Yeah. Cool. So how did Peter approach you guys, or did you approach him? Did he say, I've had enough of my little solo riff, I want to come home? And was that how that
Well, I mean, me and Peter has been in touch ever since, he jumped off the band about 3 years ago, and we were still really good friends the whole time, and, he was staying in touch with everybody in the band, basically.
Yeah, we all had good relationships.
Yeah, so it was not, any bad feelings at all. We were planning on, having maybe something on the side, like side project, whatever, and we started talking about it, and then again, Peter's the kind of guy who can't really do anything unless it's like 100%, and then we started talking about the possibility of him coming back to Soilwork, and he felt it was the time. He needed those 3 years, and the time was right.
Yeah. He's been dragging him out hard since 1997. I mean, since the first one came out. What was that? Steel Bath Suicide was the first full length. That was a good one as well. I mean, you've now the video process. Do you guys enjoy that? Is that something you dig doing, or not so much? Or was it enjoyable making this last video with Peter back in it? Or how do you approach your video process?
Well, that was a lot of fun. That was pretty quick and painless. I mean, it was easy for us. Yeah, it was really easy because it's basically just
set up.
Director who was just like edited together like on and off stage footage from the latest world tour that we have done, and he also filmed a little bit of some shows on the previous European tour, the first tour that Peter his return was on that tour, so that was pretty easy. But making a normal warehouse video, whatever. You know, chains hanging from the ceiling, you know, the usual bullshit. But could be a pain in the ass every now and then. Yeah, I mean, I remember when we recorded Nerve. I remember I was really sick. I had fever and stuff like that, so that didn't help. So
no, under them hot lights all day and you have a fever, that just doesn't jive too well.
And you have to play the song like 79 times, you know, which
yeah.
towards the 75th it starts to become a little boring, you know.
Yeah, you're like, man, how am I going to look like I'm all into this when I'm not? Now, I wanted to ask you about one title on this. It's called The Pittsburgh Syndrome, and we are in Pittsburgh, yes. To all of our friends. Now, is that anything to do with our town, or is that with another city somewhere else?
That has a lot to do with this town and this actual theater in there. So it's about last time we were here, 2.5 years ago. It was a really weird day, or at least starting out really weird. We had some issues with the crew members. We had Darkest Hour jumping off the tour because the guitarist got sick. We had people blaming us for Darkest Hour jumping off the tour, burning their tickets outside the bus and stuff. It's like, oh great, you know, this is gonna turn into great days. Like, terrible. And it was rainy, it was cold,
yeah,
you know, the whole.
We were pretty burned out on tour.
Yeah, we were. That was in the end of that tour.
Yeah,
but anyways, so we went on stage with no expectations whatsoever, and it just turned out to be one of the best shows, you know, on that tour. It was absolutely amazing, and a great after party. Got absolutely wasted, puked in the back lounge, and just a successful night. So it's pretty much about, you know, about the turning of that day.
We had a great session jamming, and we puked. You know, all the marquees of a great show. You know, all the signs. So when you said you're in pre-production, now that Peter's back, are you looking forward to going back and working with him again in the studio? And how are you doing that this time?
Well, I mean, we don't really have any songs written yet, but we're definitely going to get into the songwriting mode as soon as this tour is over. And
it's going to be exciting because, you know, I mean, it's going to be the first time that we're working with Peter in many years, pretty much. I mean, it's going to be like, since Stabbing was recorded was 2005, so it's going to be 4 years since we worked with him. And then having Sylvain on board, the other guitar player, will make for interesting music, I'm sure. So.
Yeah, the album's going to be over the top.
Oh, I could imagine.
Can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I can imagine you being so excited to get back with him into the studio, and that's great. So, yeah, I mean, I appreciate you guys coming on the show and having a good time, and we look forward to your show tonight. And here's the video, 20 More Miles.
Yes.
Right here on Rock Circus. Soilwork.